to your success in the interview. And in modern workplaces, every day you need to tackle tricky situations. So if you are not very comfortable with handling stress, then that can always be a negative side of your personality. You need to overcome that very soon. So you have to have the willpower, you have to have that visualization, and you need to know what is your strength and what is your limitation. The 3 C's that I was talking about are confidence to start with, credibility. Credibility is making claims that are easily digested by the panel of the interviewers, and consistency, of course, holds the key. Okay, let me talk about 10 success factors. What are the 10 success factors that would determine your success in the process of interview? You need to love the work. Don't love the company. There is a very famous line which is tweeted number of times, that don't love your company, because who knows, your company may stop loving you any moment. But you need to love your work. So, for example, if you are applying for a post of an engineer, you need to love the work that you do. You need to have the passion. If you have a passion that I want to do something better for my nation, I want to do something better for me as well, I want to do something better for my state, then that always creates a positive approach to your career philosophy. You need to be proficient. There is no room for people who are mediocres, because there's population expansion is at its peak, and there are a lot of intelligent people nowadays. The information is also at fingertips, so you can't afford to relax. If you take a small nap, the time when you would open your eyes, the world would be different. So you need to be very, very proficient with whatever your subject area is. You need to have good communication skill. You need to have good interpersonal skill. How would you sit and how would you respond to the welcome given to you by the panel? How would you stand up? How would you go outside? All these things are considered there. Then critical thinking and problem solving skills. They may ask you a very tricky question. You need to figure out the question. You need to figure out the answer. You need to support your answer with the example from your own life. You need to have the self-motivation. You need to have the leadership qualities. You're making a claim that I am a team man, won't work. You need to prove what were the situations where you really acted as a team man, and what leadership qualities. And leadership qualities don't mean that you are the CEO of a company. Otherwise, you won't be sitting in an interview. The leadership skills even start with a smaller classroom. For example, the youth festival is coming, and you volunteer to help your college, and you become a leader, self-appointed leader, or the leader appointed by your organization. Well, these are the leadership skills at a micro level. And then you need to be a team man. Sometimes what tends to happen is people make a lot of claims that are not consistent. So you need to be consistent with what claims you make. There are few cartoons that would bear testimony to what you must not speak at the time of the interview.
I can see you are bound. I suppose my question is, are you determined?
Sometimes the interview can be a very tricky situation also, where they may ask you like this. I mean, I'm joking, but there may be very uncomfortable question that can come. So you need to be prepared, and you need to have the mental agility to give the answer. Okay, talking about 10 failure factors. What are the things that may hurt your performance in the interview? One of the things is arrogance. I know everything. And that is very visible through your facial expressions. Don't take interview for granted, because this process is going to decide the rest of your life, and it's going to decide your happiness that is coming for your life. Apathy is indifference. I have taken interviews of a lot of MBA students when they walk in the organization. I see when they sit on a chair, they sit in a manner which clearly reflects their apathy, indifference, because they know whether I would be in or whether I would be out, it doesn't matter. Now, if it doesn't matter to you, it does not matter for your employer.
Exactly.
Then nervousness. You need to find out ways in which you reduce your nervousness. Then vague answers. Sometimes people talk and talk and talk, but nothing comes out at the end. That's not allowed. You need to be crispy. Lack of concentration. I do recall I was interviewing one of the candidates, and I asked, when did you graduate? And the gentleman said his birth date. Now, that is the lack of concentration. The lack of concentration proves that you are not totally focused on the event, or rather you are very, very nervous. Then lack of social skills. Sometimes people would come, they would immediately jump on a chair and they would sit even before they are asked to.
Yeah.
Now, that is a mistake that you can make when you go for the interview. How do you interrupt a person even if you need to? These are the social skills that you need to know. And then, of course, the lack of your qualitative or quantitative knowledge can hurt you in a miserable manner. And unsuitable personality. By unsuitable personality, I mean you can't go for an interview in six-pocket jeans and torn jeans and with tattoos on and a punky hairstyle. You need to have a very formal hairstyle like me. So these are the things that you should be very watchful about. Another cartoon where it tells you about the process of interview and how tricky it can get. Okay, the time management is very crucial because time language is one of the very important aspect of communication, as important as your verbal and non-verbal communication is. Because if you are late on the day of the interview, it proves that you are not taking that interview very seriously. So you need to be right there on time. If you reach there 1 hour before, then sit outside. Don't go immediately, because if you go 2 hours before, then that shows your nervousness. You go there, you allow yourself time to freshen up for a few minutes, drink half a glass of water, and sit in a totally relaxed manner. Now, when you are sitting outside in the lounge, sit with confidence, you sit erect,
Exactly.
Don't slop down in your chair, don't flip through the pages nervously. Sometimes people even flip through their pages of resume. That is not done. You know what your resume is all about. Don't talk too much. I have also seen when I take Viva of my students, that when a student would walk outside the room, other students would crowd that student and would say, what is being asked inside?
Yeah.
Now that would never be repeated again for the process of interview. So you need to behave outside when you are sitting in a lounge. And nowadays there is a possibility, there are CCTV cameras hanging all around and your every gesture is being recorded. So you need to feel very confident and you need to feel relaxed. Wait for your turn, take deep breaths and visualize your outstanding performance. When you go inside, that is the first chance that you get to create good impression. You walk with confidence, you walk in an erect manner, your dress has to be appropriate, you need to smile, you need to maintain eye contact, and the handshake should be very firm. It should not be a dead fish handshake.
Yeah.
And remain all throughout poised and confident, because whatever process of interview you pass through, that adds to your knowledge, that adds to your experience. You need to dress appropriately because you should be doing the talking, not your clothes. So dress in a very formal manner and don't go with heavy perfume. And as I said at the beginning, if you are not very used to the formal clothing, practice them. Okay, another thing that you need to know is knowing your future organization, because every employer would like to know what homework the candidate has done. So you need to have a very reasonable idea about your company. The things that you should be knowing about your company is the major area of operation, the products and services of the company, the focus activities of the organization, the growth rate, the possibilities of expansion. You would also have to know about what your job profile would be, where you would be working, what is a reasonable salary in a given area. You should also be very, very cautious about the signals that you tend to send. So there are positive signals, there are negative signals. Don't cross your arms, don't flip through pages, don't be very nervous. Now, what are the types of questions that are likely to come? There can be open questions like tell us something about yourself, talk about your interest and activities, what is your opinion on. There can be closed questions where they would ask you about your factual details. There would be probing questions. Probing questions can be very, very stressful. You need to be very crispy in your answer. There are loaded questions where it requires your ability to pass a judgment. We'll take your question little later. There are hypothetical questions also where they expect you to be in a hypothetical situation and you need to answer. There are leading questions where the hint is already given to you as to what the answer would be. And then there are frequently asked questions that are repeated at all the organizations. There are a lot of online resources which guide you about these frequently asked questions. And the thing that you should be doing at the end of your interview is you should be writing a follow-up letter. So at the end of the interview, you have to immediately send a personalized thank you note so that it is appreciated that you have enjoyed the experience of the interview. When you answer, be very comfortable. Don't come up with a lot of non-fluencies. So I think that's it. Remember that only 15% of the success of the interview is not within your control. Rest, you dominate the interview. Take some time to reflect at the end of the interview how well you have done and what are the things that you can do next time. Yes, I would like
You
to
can
take-
ask the question. Yes, please.
Sir, at times what happens is the interviewer is actually trying to make fun of us, or probably is trying to intentionally mock us so that he or she wants to see our reaction. At that point of time, what is the situation and how could we react to the whole thing?
You need to remain poised and calm at all processes of the interview. There is a stress interview technique also where they would ask you uncomfortable question. Don't be uncomfortable. It's just your interaction for half an hour. After half an hour, you would be at a different place. That person would be at a different place. And if you crack through the interview, then that gentleman or lady is not your enemy. They just wanted to see your reactions. So that's all. If you are natural, that honesty, confidence and poise would lead you to success. Thank you.
And you have to be humble as well. You know, you can't just react. Generally, these don't happen in formal interviews. I mean, in informal interviews like in MTV interviews and all these things, they do such things. But this doesn't take place generally in formal interviews. Let us hope this will not happen with us. Okay. Is that it?
That's
Yeah.
it.
So, friends, the students in the audience, studio, and who are watching the program, thank you very much for taking these notes. And we all assure Professor Dr. Nigam Dave that we would definitely take care of these tips. They are very important to us, and let us hope that these notes, these points, whatever we have learned today, will definitely be helpful to appear in the examination. But let us hope and let us end this lecture with a positive note that these will be helpful to us when we actually face the interviews as well. Okay, so with this positive note, I would again thank Professor Dr. Nigam Dave. Thank you very much,
My
sir,
pleasure.
for sparing us your
Our
important
pleasure.
time and came to the studio. Thank you, વિદ્યાર્થી મિત્રો. એક નાનકડી વાત, આપ લોકોના ફીડબેક અમને લોકોને મળતા જ હોય છે અને એના અમે આન્સર્સ પણ આપીએ છીએ, આપ જાણો છો એ પ્રમાણે. એક ઈમેલ એડ્રેસ જે આપણે નોંધી લેવાનું છે એ જરા નોંધી લેશો, જેના ઉપર આપ ફીડબેક આપી શકો છો, આપની યુનિવર્સિટીમાં ચાલતા સિલેબસના પોઈન્ટ્સ સજેસ્ટ કરી શકો છો. એ સિવાય કોઈ વસ્તુ તમારે ક્રિટિસાઇઝ કરવી હોય, એપ્રિશિએટ કરવી હોય તો એ પણ આપ કહી શકો છો. એડ્રેસ નોંધી લેશો. ઇટ ઇઝ સંધાન SANDHAN sandhan_bisec@googlegroups.com. કદાચ આપ લખી ના શક્યા હો તો when this lecture ends એક સ્લાઇડ ડિસ્પ્લે થશે જેના ઉપર એક ગ્રુપ આઈડી લખેલું છે, તો એના ઉપર આપ આપના ફીડબેક આપી શકો છો. ઓકે, થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ ટુ ઓલ ઓફ યુ. થેન્ક યુ.
Thank you.